Good evening, and welcome, friends. Welcome, neighbors. Welcome from wherever you are tuning in on this very special evening tonight. It's great to make you welcome here in my living room. And just because my friend was asking me the other day about guitars, I got a couple out here. I got the fancy one with the pie plate and the hubcap out. First things first, can you hear me okay? I'll let everybody check in. It's lovely to see so many friends already in here. And we're coming in from all across the country tonight too. It's really special to have you here. I've got something really special to share with you tonight. I'll talk for a minute or two as people are coming on in, because I know we're expecting some folks from over on the coast where the sun goes down over the ocean instead of comes up over it. And of course, the one thing that I'm going to want to do for all three of these songs tonight is make sure that the guitar sounds like a guitar, but is not so loud that you can't hear me singing, or that I'm not doing everything so loud because I'm so into these songs that I'm distorting everything. So you are the sound crew tonight, from Maryland to Michigan, from California to Connecticut, and every place in between. It's lovely to have you here. It's lovely to see some of the families members of some of the vets coming in tonight too. How special is that? So if you're trying to figure out how to join the chat, let me tell you how to do that real quickly, because I'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure that the veterans would like to hear what your thoughts are about all of what you're going to experience tonight too. So you can log into whatever Google thing you use, whether it's Gmail or Google Drive or YouTube, of course, and I think that ought to be enough to get you into the live chat, and that would be fantastic. This is going to be a fairly short evening because I really want this to be focused on the vets and their stories tonight. And I'm mighty grateful for them allowing me to share these with you too. So tonight, it is June 5th. It is the eve of D-Day, 1944. And I was thinking about tonight's show, and I was thinking about D-Day, and I was learning not all that many years ago that on the eve of D-Day, on this very night, General Eisenhower wrote two letters. The one in case the landing was successful, and the one that's less talked about, the one that in case it didn't work. And Eisenhower, in that letter, took full responsibility for everything. That's what leaders do. Leaders step up and take responsibility. And tonight, one of the veterans that I have had the privilege of working with is stepping up to share a brand new song about him and his story, so that others may be brave enough to share their stories, so that you, who may not have all that much experience with the life of military service and sacrifice, might learn something of their lives and what they have done as they have written that blank check on our behalf. When I was a kid, because of growing up in a musical family, of course, my dad played in a band, and most of the guys in the band were kind of between his age and mine. So I have a lot of friends from an early age who are 10, 15, almost 20 years older than me, and I'm lucky to have most of them still. And a few of them had experiences in a place called Vietnam. And I felt very privileged when a couple of them actually shared some of their stories of their experience. And I've always been very moved by the fact that, wow, how little we understand. You know, we might be military historians, or we study the big battles of the Civil War or World War II or something in school, but to really learn what it was like on an individual level, that really started happening more for me after 9/11. And when I started learning more about my own ancestors who fought in the Civil War, letters that they had written, experiences that they had had. And suddenly, as they say, the shit got real. It got really personal for me. Between my ancestors and my father-in-law, who my late father-in-law, who served in Korea and was in some of the most awful combat of the war in North Korea in the December of 1950. I learned a lot, and I've learned how little I really know, and I've learned, maybe most importantly, how to listen. My friend Mac Bailey has dedicated his life for these last many years, walked away from his career in the music business to go back to school for music therapy, and has devoted his life to helping our wounded warriors, using songwriting to help heal their PTSD, to help them rewire and reframe their stories. And about 6 years ago, he invited me to be part of a couple of retreats near here in Maryland. And needless to say, I found the work to be nearly sacred. Let me just put it that way, sacred. Because to see the veterans come in at the beginning of the weekend, and you're kind of nervous, and you meet each other one-on-one and all of that, and by the end of the weekend, to see the light in them and how much the weight of things has lifted off of them. And in particular, they're carrying a brand new Breedlove guitar as part of the program. It's just a fantastic thing. And I feel honored and humbled that I have been privileged enough to do this work now with 6 people. And I am so thrilled to see so many people I know personally showing up in the live chat, because I really want a lot of people to hear this tonight. And so if you've got a minute and you want to share the YouTube link on your social media, or text some people or whatever, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And I know at least one of the vets is here tonight, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity for their stories to be heard by a wider world. So the first song I'm going to do tonight. So I'm gonna do 3 songs, and the new one is the one I'm saving for the end, because I know that's why some of you who know me pretty well tuned in, because it's been a while since I've had something new to share with you, and I'm excited about it. But I'm going to play the very first song that I wrote at the very first retreat. I have to say, I really was sort of I was nervous. I was more than a little nervous. I walked into that room with 6 other songwriters, and I was looking around at the vets there, and I'm thinking, damn, they've seen some stuff, and like, oh boy, am I having imposter syndrome, something fierce right now. And so the first guy that I got to work with was a fella from upstate New York by the name of Josh. And Josh was a big fella, kind of jovial, and it was funny how quickly we hit it off. Growing up in different parts of the rural Northeast, there are things in common, and his story was really pretty powerful to me as it unfolded. I will say that there are certain things that I've learned along the way, and one is that when you're talking with a vet and hearing their story, me personally, I listen not only to what they say, but the way that they say things. There are clues. These are pieces of armor, pieces of life raft, pieces of validation, things that they hold close. And with Josh, as he told his story about being in Iraq, and the things that went on with his unit, and all of the near misses that he had more than the 9 lives of a cat. And I just thought, man, it's so amazing that you're here. But as he was telling his story about his relationship with his dad, who'd been in the service, and really didn't open up to his son until after his son had served. And as his story unfolded, I realized, yes, man, not only did you hold the bridge for your unit to get across, but you're kind of like the bridge that's holding parts of your family together. And Josh, if you're listening tonight, buddy, I want you to know that my band and I have recorded this song. And it is not on the acoustic guitar. It's on the electric with drums and perhaps even a little surprise in there too. So I'm really I've played this one in concert quite a bit, and I'm not going to play all 6 of the songs that I've written with Vets tonight. I'm going to save some for the next time we have an occasion like this. But this one is the very first one that I wrote. And I'm hoping if you guys notice the balance between the voice and the guitar is off, say something in the chat before the song is over, because I can actually do something about it while I'm going, all right? So thank y'all for tuning in. This one's called The Bridge. 2, 3, 4. Came written in my old man's hand. The new recruit at basic couldn't understand why the vet back home never spoke of what he saw. He'd always held it in and explode and withdraw. But this bridge is crumbling, troubled waters are pulling me in. Hold the line by a little more time. Take my hand, you've had my back. Now it's my turn to fix these cracks in this bridge that we're walking over. A baby girl's face like a candle in the black. My mind, somehow I gotta fight my way back. I've seen 1,000 things that I can't forget, and 1,000 things haven't stopped me yet. But this bridge ain't crumbling, the troubled waters are pulling me in. Hold the line by a little more time. Take my hand, you've had my back. Now it's my turn to fix these cracks in this bridge that we're walking I'm holding on to the locket that helped get me here. Funny how something broken could hold back such fear. We gather round the table this Thanksgiving Day. I see my dad and my daughter face to face. But this bridge ain't crumbling, no troubled waters are pulling me in. Hold the line by a little more time. Take my hand, you've had my back. Now it's my turn to fix these cracks in this bridge that we're walking over. This bridge that we built to walk over. Walking That's The Bridge, written for and with my friend Josh, the very first one of these that I wrote at the music therapy retreats. Oh, I'm so happy the sound is okay. Yay. Oh, thank you all so very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to share these stories. Up at the top of the live chat, I put in the link to the Music Therapy Retreats website. This is what Mac Bailey's program is called. It started out as Music Therapy of the Rockies, I guess, when he started about 10 years ago. And if you're interested in finding out more about the great work that they're doing, a lot of the retreats happen in Nashville at Vince Gill and Amy Grant's farm. And they are pretty wonderful folks for hosting these retreats too. I'm putting out the energy out there tonight that the place that we were doing it across the river in Maryland hasn't been available to us these last few years. So I'm kind of hoping that we're going to be able to bring another retreat back into the fold here in what we call the DMV, the district in Maryland and Virginia. And it certainly would be lovely to be able to reach more vets. So musictherapyretreats.org is the website. That's up there in the top of the chat, and I do hope you go and visit that. There's a lot of things that I have learned sitting one-on-one with our vets. You know, the stories of resilience, you know, and of sacrifice too. And I think that one of the things that has struck me in sitting and getting to be present, fully present with our vets, is that for those who've come to the program, for a lot of them, they've been through some pretty dark places. And their dark places may have happened while they were away, and they may have happened when they came back and struggled to readjust. I have more to say about that in a little bit, but I found that for many of the vets who've come to the program, they have something in common about being ready to sign off duty for that final time because it's just too much. And somehow, in some way, and something helps bring them back from that brink. And I always feel so grateful that they were brought back from that brink when I'm sitting there talking to them. I find that the stories of going through that, to be in such a dark and difficult place is pretty powerful stuff. So this is a song I wrote with a vet from Michigan, and he's just a beautiful soul, you know. He's one of these quiet, cerebral types, and as his story unfolded, he just, you know, again, the way people say things, right? He hit a really dark patch, and it was in a very public setting. And, you know, there was plenty of opportunity for law enforcement to make a different choice. And something that he said stuck with me so much. After he said, I was sitting in the police station afterward and talking to the psychologist, you know, and all of the energy had sort of dissipated and the adrenaline and all that. And he said, I got to thinking, you know, even in the height of all of it, when it was just, you know, I don't want to be here anymore. And yet in the back of my head, I was feeling like I was thinking about the 22 veterans a day on average who take their own lives. And he said, I guess I decided that I needed to make a different choice for them. So his song's called Life I Choose, and a special shout out to another one of my vets who just popped in. Alex, it's great to see you, my friend. This one's called Life I Choose. Driving Flatland, Michigan, the radio's on. A teenage dad in a country song. The graduates all go away. 2 baby girls need me to stay behind. Sign my name on the dotted line. Wrote a blank check, went to Paris Isle. A band of brothers like no other bond. Be a Marine, you can be someone. And all those years of training found a moment of grace, moment of mercy, staring face to face. In that moment I saw nothing, I found everything to lose. Today is gonna take one less. It's life that I choose. They took away my badge and gun. Things I believe made me someone. Might as well take my soul and take my bones. An empty shell all alone in darkness. And all those years of training found a moment of grace, a moment of mercy, staring face to face. In that moment I saw nothing, I found everything to lose. building something solid on shaky ground. Lessons from the rubble that I have found. It took a lot of pride and a lot of heart to take a chance at a second start at being alive. And all that lifetime of training found a moment of grace, moment of mercy, staring face to face. In that moment I saw nothing, I found everything to lose. Today is gonna take one less life that I choose. It's life that I choose. I dream of Flatland, Michigan, the radio's on. Now I'm the one who chose this song. That one's called Life I Choose, written for and with Kevin. And I'm absolutely tickled to have a couple of the vets in the house tonight. One of whom was also at my first retreat and was my surprise, wonderful finding out that when Mac started going out and doing more fundraising for music therapy retreats, he put together an album, sort of like an NPR pledge drive kind of thing, you know, and Songs and Stories from the Farm, Amy Grant, Vince Gill's farm in Nashville. And some really, really good songwriters work with this program. I am in such incredible company when I get to do this work. And I am very proud that on that very first compilation, Mac chose the song that I wrote with Alex called New Mission. And I'm not planning on playing that one tonight because I've only got time to play one more song. But next one of my live streams that I do this fall, I will play the other songs that I haven't done, including the one that I really always hear as like kind of a Motown groove with a horn section in my head. I'm just going to have to get over myself about that for the time being. But so tonight I have a brand new song. And I'm thrilled that my veteran friend and his family are here tuned in tonight. And I'm very grateful to all of the vets for having the courage to come to these retreats, you know, to take the invite from the Wounded Warrior Project to come to one of these retreats. And, you know, it's kind of soul-bearing. It's not an easy thing for... You know, sometimes it's like, God, this life is work, man. There's a lot of work involved in dealing with stuff. And I could understand why they'd say, no, that's just too painful. I don't want to do that. And yet, when they come and we start doing all of these things and they get gifted a guitar and they're doing these exercises on the guitar and learning how to play and mindfulness stuff and everything, it's just like seeing the weight of the world come off of their shoulders. And every time I leave one of these retreats, I'm buzzing about it for days. And this time I came home with a song that I've been like not able to get out of my head at all. But I really want to thank Brandon for stepping out and stepping forward and saying, I want people to hear the songs because these are stories that need to be told. That's what leaders do, man. And I am grateful that you are willing to do that. So when we were working on, you know, figuring out what I wanted to do with his story and how it unfolded, it's kind of funny. They all happened differently, and I sort of feel like each of the songs kind of has a little bit of the personality of the vet that told their story to me in it. You know, there's something about the resilience and the energy and the hopefulness that come through all of that. But sort of the thing that really struck me this time around was for our veterans, and especially the ones who are career, you know, and they've been, you know, pretty much, unless you've gone in the last year or two, You've been in some pretty nasty, hard places and had, IEDs and people shooting at you and all kinds of other stuff. And there is this dichotomy that I don't think we civilians really appreciate about how even in the life or death heart of that, there are rules and regimentedness and regulations and training and duty, and it's all there, and it's all squared up. And even though sometimes the orders put us at odds with our ethical center about stuff, because that happens a lot too, especially in combat. But I think we don't appreciate maybe quite how hard it is to go from that life where everything is measured, everything is spelled out. It's all that. And out here, it's chaos. We got families. We got people who are pissed off about something completely different. We've got triggers. We've got things that are happening that we don't necessarily have the means to process in a healthy way right away. And it's really hard. It's really a struggle. So I came home with a much deeper appreciation for that, and how much our own self-worth gets tied up in that. When we have all of these measuring sticks and medals and promotions and all of those things to, can you pick up some bananas at the grocery store? It's different. It's different. So I think I found a little bit of myself in this song too. This is his song, and I really appreciate y'all tuning in for it. It's called Good Enough. Took my place in line, my family's sacrifice in uniform. I wear my daddy's boots as our Black Hawk moves through mortar fire. I can't turn back the clock, can't bring back what's been lost. It's too late now to make a deal, and I'm not supposed to feel. Sitting with my troops on Christmas Day, Santa came while Daddy was away. Always duty. Can they see my whole self? I lock away my private hell for mercy. Cry for mercy. I'm trained to face the danger, confront the silent stranger. It's my choice who lives or dies. The ghost behind my eyes, you can never know. Why am I never good enough for me? Accepting who I am, not what I should be. What I could be. And now I'm the enemy, for I'm the one who can't believe that I am worthy. I am worthy. If I could let this darkness go, maybe then I truly know I'm good enough. Sitting at the breakfast table, I keep as cool as I am able. Can you see me now? My fragile higher wire balance act, the fictions and the facts swirl all around. 'Cause suddenly it's all changed. Thank you for your service. Now there's nothing to measure by, no lines to stay inside. You can never know. Why am I never good enough for me? Accepting who I am, not what I should be. Oh, what I could be. And now I'm the enemy, for I'm the one who can't believe that I am worthy. I am worthy. If I could let this darkness go, maybe then I truly know I'm good enough. I don't want to let you down. Put away these boots that I've outgrown. difference when I can. Live in the moment, live in these moments, be in the moment, love in this moment. Why am I never good enough for me? Accepting who I am, not what I should be, nor what I could be. Now I'm the enemy, for I'm the one who can't believe that I am worthy. I am worthy. If I could let this darkness go, maybe then I'd truly know. Free the burdens locked inside, maybe then I'd really find I'm good enough. I'm good enough. Yeah, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I really appreciate y'all letting me share that one with you. I really, really appreciate all of the veterans that I have had the privilege of working with, and I look forward to doing more of that. To all of you, can't thank you enough. Thank you for letting me share their stories. They were kind enough and brave enough to share them with me and let me turn them into these things that you've just heard. I hope that tomorrow, on a day that is of significance for all who have served in our armed forces, I sure hope that we all take a moment to reflect on the meaning of that sacrifice and the meaning of that service. Things are a little rough for the way that our veterans are getting treated right now, and I feel like tonight was really important to me to take a stand and say, these people are a lot. They're worth everything to us. They wrote the blank check for us. To my friend Mac, for having the dream, the vision, the desire, and perhaps the bullheadedness too, to start this program, to make this healing accessible to so many. Bless your heart, my friend. I love you to death. I can't say thank you enough, so I'll just say that. And I look forward to that next retreat too. For those of you who might be encountering my music for the first time, I'd love to ask you a couple of favors. One is simple. While you're here, just click that subscribe button. Supposedly someday, at my level of the totem pole, it's not exactly like 10,000 Spotify streams even equals what we used to make on a CD sale. But supposedly, if I ever get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I'll make an extra 10 cents per view or something. I don't know how it all works, but at any rate, it would be very cool if you were willing to subscribe. And the other thing is, I do tour and I do these live streams, especially during the winter. I do them once a month. And it only takes a moment to join my mailing list and get all that billionaire, oligarch algorithms out of the way between you and me. Let me just send you an email, and that would be really great. I would appreciate that. I know a lot of people in here tonight are because I sent one out yesterday saying, hey, I got a song to share with you tonight, and I hope you come. And a whole bunch of y'all did. Thank you for that, too. So on that note, I am going to take my leave of you and thank you for indulging me with your time tonight. Thank you for indulging me with your heart. Thank you for listening to their stories and letting them know we appreciate that service and sacrifice. And until the next time, friends, remember that world is watching you out there, and take good care of your good selves, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you to all of you.